Hey, crypto family. So, not doing too good in the market today, and you've probably seen this article floating around, but I wanted to cover it because I think it'll have a big impact on the crypto market in general. But it says Bitmain co founders relinquish power after catastrophic Bitcoin Cash investment, drop in mining sales, and IPO bust. So, for those of you who aren't familiar, Bitmain is basically one of the largest mining manufacturers of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and just crypto. They have basically a lot of mining power and they use that to manipulate the market. So basically, whenever Bitcoin Cash became about, they took a lot of their Bitcoin mining power, transferred it over to Bitcoin Cash. That's what caused that rise. They supported the Bitcoin Cash hard fork, and basically, a lot of people don't like them because of that. And they had a lot of overpriced miners, which people bought, and they're no longer valuable. So I'm gonna go over this article. Basically, it signals the beginning of the end for Bitmain, and I'm going to go over a couple of reasons why. If the market doesn't recover soon, then Bitmain could be over very, very soon. So it says Bitmain is the largest manufacturer of cryptocurrency mining equipment in the world, and it has been taking the brunt of the mining downturn associated with the continuing bear market. 2 weeks ago, Bitmain announced it would be firing more than half of its 3,000 employees. Now it has been revealed that the co-founders of Bitmain, Jihan Wu and Mikri Zan, are stepping down, and it appears that Wang Haichao will be the new CEO. So that's huge when you have the co-founders of a company stepping down. That tells you it's getting bad. It says Wu and Zan will stay on as co-chairs, meaning they will stop being involved in day-to-day activities, but major decisions will have to be approved by them. This unexpected shift in power is perhaps the result of the triple failure of the Bitmain IPO not happening, Bitmain's investment into Bitcoin Cash turning into a big bust, and the overall crash in the crypto mining industry, which has caused sales of Bitmain's mining equipment to dry up. So basically, this whole year has not really been profitable for Bitmain, especially the latter half of 2018. So if you remember, as Bitcoin is falling, a lot of miners were becoming not profitable. And you assume Bitmain, they have some of the biggest mining companies and basically warehouses in the world. And for them, once Bitcoin got to a point where it wasn't profitable, they were losing millions and millions of dollars. And that's what caused them to lay off a lot of people. That's why they're not doing their IPO. Basically, the whole company is dried up. And they got greedy with it whenever they started investing in Bitcoin Cash. And it actually says here, Bitcoin's hash rate peaked near 60 EH in August, September, and October 2018 before rapidly declining to as low as 32 EH in December. This indicates that up to half of all Bitcoin mining rigs were shut off at a point due to lack of profitability. And then it also says, it gets worse. Bitmain dumped most of its Bitcoin to buy Bitcoin Cash and has amassed over 1 million Bitcoin Cash by the end of March 2018. On New Year's Day, they already had 842,000 Bitcoin Cash, corresponding to a total investment of 2.1 billion. So again, I don't like Bitmain for the main fact that they transferred most of their mining power from Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash. And I think Bitcoin Cash is very corrupt. At least Roger Ver, Craig Wright, a lot of people involved in that coin. I believe they caused a lot of harm to the crypto space, and just Bitmain was just one more contributing factor. So for them to kind of bite them in the butt right now that Bitcoin Cash has been doing so bad, and basically the whole market in general, it's kind of almost karma in a sense. And it says, since Jihan Wu was an avid supporter of Bitcoin Cash during the fork in November 2018, it's possible that Bitmain held onto their stake in Bitcoin Cash all the way through the fork, which you know how that went, which would mean they have lost $2 billion. The potential losses from Bitmain's Bitcoin Cash investment far exceed the $952 million profit reported in 2017. And again, so this is basically saying they've lost all their profit now and they continue to hold Bitcoin Cash. So now basically they're having to cut off as much cost as they can with layoffs, not starting their IPO, and just a whole slew of advancements that they were making. Now it's kind of the exact opposite of what happened in 2017. It says it's no surprise that Bitmain is opting to change its leadership as seen with the step down of Wu and Zan. Bitmain started as a massive crypto success story under their leadership, but clearly Bitmain's strategy in 2018 has nearly destroyed the company. So again, this is something we've seen a lot. A lot of these companies come up and they're very dominant for a couple of years, but then, as the market downturns, then you see really what companies are here to last and which ones just want to make that quick profit. So It's crazy to see, but again, all good things must come to an end. And I think that Bitmain's days are numbered if they don't find something soon, or if the crypto market doesn't turn around soon. So with that, let's go over the crypto space. So again, most of the coins are in the red. Oddly enough, Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV are in the green. I mentioned that a lot of times I've seen Bitcoin SV become a hedge whenever the market does have a downturn. But again, usually it's random, but we do see that from time to time. So something just to keep in mind if you are playing those hedge positions. But looking at the top five, so Bitcoin's down 1.13% to 36.54. XRP down 1.2% to 33 cents. Ethereum down 1% to $126. Bitcoin Cash up 2.3% to $135. And then EOS down 0.75% to $2.42. Now going over some Bitcoin analysis here on this 4-hour chart, we can see right now that 3,600 level is holding as support. So I mentioned this is a very, very important level here. We need to hold this 3,600. If we don't hold this 3,600, then I do see us going down potentially to this $3,200 to $3,000 level. This is where the next major support is. So again, we need to keep this support currently. Right now, the RSI is very low. It's at 26, so it's extremely oversold. If you look on the 4-hour chart and we scroll back to when the RSI was this low, I mean, even in December 14th, the RSI wasn't even this low, but that's before, we had this slight run up here. And then you keep scrolling back, December 6th, you can see the RSI was nearly this low, and then we had a little run up here. So again, there has been times when the RSI has been this low, and usually it's followed by run-ups. But I do want to look on both sides. So looking at the daily chart, the RSI is not quite that low. It's about in the middle here. So it's maybe a little oversold on the daily. But again, it can still have some more ways to go. So again, don't get too comfortable. Set your stops, take profit accordingly, because you never know if we're going to have another stair step down. But going back to the 4-hour chart, I want to point out that we are still looking good on this 50-day, 128-day, and 200-day moving average. They are one on top of another, which is definitely a good sign. Once we see this 50-day start crossing under the 200-day, that's when we'll see, more big drops. But until then, I'm staying cautiously optimistic and hoping we can bounce off this 3,600 and then possibly retest this 200-day at least at 3,700, but then eventually break above and hold above 3,800, which was that next resistance that we are coming up on, and then of course going to 4,000 and beyond. But right now the market's kind of shaky. No one really knows which way we're going to go from here. If we're going to have another BART up or if we're going to have another stair step down. So again, I mentioned always set your stops, and please never invest what you can't afford to lose. And again, always take profits along the way and average down or average up. Always good techniques. So with that, if y'all enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave a comment, and please subscribe if you haven't. Really help me out. And until next time, thanks for watching.